So earlier today, Josh Simmons went viral on social media for this rep that he had against Ashton Gelate, in which he basically tosses him. And looking at some of the practice snaps that are coming out, some of the stories, the hype with a guy like Josh Simmons, I want to break down some of the camp footage that we've gotten over the past 2 days. Full pads matter so much more than before the pads come on. But there's, this isn't just hype. There's something there with Simmons. Now, a lot of people talk about this guy and say he should, he could have potentially been the best tackle coming out this season had he not gotten hurt. And I kind of agree with that. I think there's a good chance Josh Simmons would have been one of my top 2 tackles had he not gotten hurt. And the Chiefs obviously decided to take this guy with the 31st overall pick. I think this one's going to work out for him, man. I really, really do think that. And just the power on this one right here by Josh Simmons. And even before the power, he does a really nice job with the hand placement. You can see the footwork. He drops the anchor as well. Just a really, really, really nice rep. And, rookie on rookie here, but you can tell Josh Simmons definitely the real deal. And there's about seven different reps that I kind of want to get into. There's a lot of different things you can kind of take from some of these snaps. Do keep in mind the quality isn't great, but again, it is where we're kind of at this point in the offseason. Josh Simmons is going to stonewall Felix Anudike on this one. Check this one out. Just a really, really nice shot from a technique standpoint. And everything about this play is perfect because Felix, within this rep, is going to even try to, and he's going to try to utilize a second move to break the grip that Simmons has. And I'm going to slow this down so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But first and foremost, great job here by Simmons. He's in a 2-point stance. He's going to explode out of there. And to me, he looks super, super healthy coming back from the knee injury that he had last season. He looks really good out there. And he does a really good job just kind of locking in here with Felix. And he is going to utilize the underneath technique. And as he kind of locks in with Felix, you're going to see late in the pass rush, Felix right here is going to try to pull Simmons forward right there. And he's going to try to essentially utilize some sort of speed dip and get past Simmons. And Simmons does a phenomenal job just staying right in front of it. And the way Simmons is able to stay in front of this is because he's established what is called the half-man relationship. Essentially for offensive linemen, is very, very important that when you get into your vertical set, you have to be able to get to a specific spot, right? When you're trying to get back there, you got to be able to beat that defensive lineman that's coming. And your inside knee has to be, right in the middle of that defensive end that's pass rushing. And with Simmons, obviously it's hard to tell from this angle because it's so far away, but you can tell he's in a really good spot. And he just anchors down. Felix tries to utilize a second move within the pass rush, and Simmons just stays right on top of it. To me, this guy definitely is flashing, and it's not just this type of rep that I've seen that looks really good. There's a ton of other reps as well. You got another one here. Once again, just a phenomenal job being able to shut this down, right? Just straight up shuts it down. This one, I believe he's going to end up going up against, we'll see right here, who I think is number 54. Some of these you guys will see the Chiefs are going to simulate pressure, and that defensive end on Simmons ends up dropping off, right? So here it is 54, linebacker Chanel. Just a really good job here by Simmons, not to fall, not to engage too early. And when I say fall, fall for the fake here. If you guys keep an eye here on the linebacker is going to try to dip past the tackle. So let me forward this. The linebacker is going to try to just speed rush this. Right? You notice how he's going to try to hit an outside. Essentially, he's trying to dip past Simmons. He's trying to hit him with a speed rush. And Simmons does not panic. I mean, you can see Simmons with the left hand right there. He does get the left hand up a little bit. He almost thinks about making contact. He almost thinks about throwing some sort of punch. And at the exact moment he throws that punch, you can see the linebacker here dips. And he's trying to speed rush this. But again, Simmons has really, really good footwork. He just stays right on top of it, and he ends up locking in perfectly, and he shuts that one down. So it's a really good rep right there once again by Simmons. Keep in mind it is a screenplay over here to the right. But again, just a really, really good job by Simmons to be able to stay on top of that. Again, multiple reps coming out with Simmons. And again, I don't want to overlook the fact that Josh Simmons could have easily been the number one offensive tackle coming out had he not gotten hurt, had he been fully healthy, and we got to see an entire, tape's worth of what this guy looked like in his final year at Ohio State. Truth be told, when I watched this guy's tape in the games he was healthy, I really did think he'd probably be one of the top 2 guys. And this last offensive tackle class wasn't super strong either, but I think we would have gotten 2 guys to go in the top 10, and I think Simmons would have been one of those guys. So again, that obviously works out for the Chiefs perfectly. As I said earlier, there's a couple times where the defensive end simulates pressure and he drops off. On this one here, he's going to end up locking in against Charles Omenihu. He's going to basically have to just kind of pick him up. And again, he does a really good job just staying right on top of it. Patrick Mahomes does roll out of this towards the right. But a really nice job just being able to lock in and once again just kind of shut it down. I'm excited to watch Simmons during preseason. I think he's going to be one of the guys to really keep an eye on. I know they're saying, there's a battle right now between him and there's a couple other guys they've kind of thrown in the mix. Right? Kingsley Sumatai has been kind of thrown in the mix, but I know he's also taking some snaps at guard. There's a couple other guys, right? I know Jalen Moore is battling it out at right tackle with Jawan Taylor. Wanya Morris, not really sure where he's kind of at in the development. But at this point, I don't think he'd be the starting tackle. Especially over Simmons, right? You're a first round pick. You're most likely going to start. And he's looking good as well, right? So I think that's the big part of this for Simmons. You got another one here. If you're going to get Simmons versus Dana on this one. This one's not a great rep, in my opinion. This is going to be a roll to the right by the formation, by the offense. And the play is to come back and hit the guy that's kind of coming in motion. In this instance, it's going to be Royals, who's coming over here towards the left. Not a great job, in my opinion, by the left tackle. He's actually going to end up getting beat on this one by, I believe that's number 51. 51's going to be able to dip past Simmons, and he's going to generate pressure. Of course, Mahomes does a really, really good job being able to run away from people. But you also see that, I believe this is Chris Jones. He's also going to generate pressure right through the middle. So between Chris Jones and then you get Dana coming off the edge, both guys kind of win. Chris Jones one's a little bit easier, right? You can definitely see he ends up winning. To me, the movement, the recovery within this play, right? So the thing with Simmons that I had noticed while watching his tape at Ohio State is that he moves really well. And you see that even in here, right? So even though he ends up getting beat to the corner, he's going to do a good job still, keeping the contact made with this defensive end and then just, riding him upfield, right? Essentially pushing him upfield. And you'll see that, right? 51's going to dip past Simmons right there, right? Left hand, and then he's going to dip. And Simmons kind of gets beat to the edge here. But the footwork and the recovery to just keep pushing 51 upfield. Patrick Mahomes is not Kirk Cousins. He's not a statue back there. He's going to run away from these guys. So even if you get beat, the best thing you can do is just keep your hands on guys and ride them upfield, right? Keep pushing them, keep them kind of going upfield. And Simmons does a pretty good job on that one here. And of course, Mahomes ends up finding the wide receiver. Just a couple more reps that I want to kind of get into. But one of the things you guys should expect, right, Chiefs fans specifically, with the guy in Simmons is he does have to develop a little bit, and then he does have to get fully healthy. And I think the health aspect of it is something that we cannot overlook, right? Although he looks good in some of these snaps, he has to get fully healthy. He has to, the speed of the game has to slow down for him, right? NFL is different. Even though he played at Ohio State and they played great competition, NFL is still different than college. It's a lot faster, it's a lot quicker. And to me, that's just one of those things where, he's going to have losing snaps. It's not all going to be winning snaps. He'll have to get stronger, and he'll have to kind of regain that strength as well from his injury. Here's a snap where he's going up against Dana once again. And this time, 51 is going to do a really good job locking out. And there's not a whole lot of movement here by Simmons either. It's not a bad rep, right? It's not like Simmons, this guy makes the play, but do understand, number 51 has outside containment on this play. He does a pretty good job with the left hand. He's going to lock out as much as he can, keeps the right arm free, right, the right shoulder stays free in case the play comes to his side. And Simmons doesn't get a ton of push. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe he gets a little bit of movement. All Simmons can do on this play is make sure 51 doesn't beat him to the inside, right? He doesn't cross his face. At the same time, you want to make sure that as he's kind of locking out, you want to try to push him, right? You want to try to push him outwards. So as Simmons sets to the inside and 51's on the outside, it's just a game of who can push who further. the more Simmons pushes 51 outwards, the bigger the cutback option is for the running back. And this happens often, especially on like read options or any sort of zone run concepts. These lanes here end up developing into a cutback option for the running back. It doesn't happen here. The running back just hits the gap where he's essentially going. But again, just a little bit more movement would be good from Simmons. But again, I think Simmons is a better pass blocker than he is a run blocker. In that too, he's not a power-based run blocker. He's more of a zone blocker. So again, he's not perfect. He's not the type of tackle that comes in and he's ready to go day one. Here's another one. Simmons in pass pro. Patrick Mahomes is going to hit Xavier Worthy. That's a good rep right there. Now the camera does cut out. Quarterback also throws this ball. It's a 1, 2, 3 step drop. So you're not going to really get pressure, but I do like how 71 gets out of his stance here, hits the vertical set. And I mean, just look at how low he is relative to the pass rusher here, right? To me, that's a really, really, really good job by Simmons. Stays low, has a really nice base from what we could see. The feet aren't clicking. He's not crossing the feet. I mean, that right there is perfect. And you can see, right, like this is a straight bull rush by number 90, right? He's going to go straight to the bull rush. And Simmons handles it really, really, really well. I mean, that is an impressive ass rep right there. Absolutely phenomenal rep by number 71. I'm excited, man, to watch this guy as preseason comes around because I want to see him in that first game where it's live. And, the one issue with practice is a lot of it's kind of controlled, right? You're not hitting the quarterback. You're not bringing guys down as well. So sometimes a guy might get beat. The angles aren't perfect, so you might not realize that a guy may or may not have made the play as well. Like, for example, when Simmons, when Dana beat Simmons to the outside, we don't know if Dana would have gotten to the quarterback or if Simmons did a good enough job riding him upfield, right? But just a really good job handling the bull rush. And again, that's where Simmons is going to excel, right? It's going to be the pass rush. Here's another one. He's going to be going up against Charles Omenihu once again. Just a phenomenal rep. Just straight up locks in, man, and shuts him down. Love the hand placement as well. And you can really see it on this rep. It's a really, really good angle. And I'm also going to pin the profiles of the guys that posted these clips on Twitter. You guys should go follow them. Really, really appreciate people that are going out there and getting these type of clips. Videos like this would not be possible without these guys, right? Just a really, really good job once again with the hand placement, the footwork. You can see how Josh Simmons goes from outside kind of back to the inside as Omenihu tries to hit him with almost like an inside counter, right? I think he's trying to swim on this one. You can kind of see the right arm almost come up, but Simmons just does such a good job. If you guys keep an eye on the defensive end, it looks like the right arm at some point, right there. It looks like the right arm's trying to come back around over the top. But Simmons just stays in front of it. And I think Omenihu recognizes that, and he kind of just gives up on the rep. It doesn't get cleaner than this, man. Just a really, 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 really nice rep by Josh Simmons. There's just one more play that I want to show you guys really quickly here. Once again, you're going to see you're going to see the defensive end drop off. It's Omenihu that's going to drop off. And then Simmons has to now process this with Kingsley Sumatai, who's playing left guard. And they have to swap. Simmons does a great job swapping. And then Sumatai gets his eyes to the inside to help the guys on the inside. But just a really nice job right here. Right? Just sticks right on top of it. And to me, this is one of the more impressive reps in this video because there's a couple different things that happen. First and foremost, the defensive end drops back, right? And usually when a defensive end drops back, that's because another guy is blitzing from somewhere else, right? It's called simulated pressure. Very, very, very normal thing that happens in the NFL. But for offensive linemen, when that happens, everybody has to start switching guys, right? Towards the opposite side, essentially, right? So when defensive end drops back, Simmons now has to take the left guard's guy. The left guard has to pass it. Left guard has to get his eyes to the inside. Center has to pass it, right? It's all about just being able to switch guys at that point. And Simmons does a great job. Sumatai does a great job as well with the pass off. And the quarterback obviously is able to get the ball out to Rice as well. Just a phenomenal rep here by the offensive lineman. Left guard, left tackle do a really good job on this one. And again, I'm excited to watch Simmons. I think, one of the things that Andy Reid does a really good job at is he doesn't really throw guys out there just to throw them out there, right? He brings them on slowly. He makes sure they're comfortable before he kind of throws them out there. And I think Simmons is going to be set up for success with the Chiefs. And we will check back in on Simmons during preseason, hopefully right after the first preseason game. And if we have at least like 10 snaps, we'll go and check his tape out. So subscribe if you're not subscribed. This is the first time you're on this channel. We will be covering the Chiefs on this channel this season. We'll be getting into a ton of content. When it comes to O-line, D-line, I will check out some of the younger guys as well. One of my favorite players coming out this season was the rookie that out of Tennessee that the Chiefs brought in the second round. One of my favorite defensive tackles coming out, right? So subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.